If you're an approver, Web Expense is just as easy to use when approving reports as it is when submitting them. In fact, Web Expense was designed with your convenience in mind, since finding the right place to complete all your approvals is simple. Just as you would for submitting reports, go to Payroll and click Expense Reports. On the My Expense Report start page, approvers have a fourth option, Expense Reports to Approve. Just like the other sections, the number of reports waiting approval is prominently displayed at the top of the screen. All you need to do to view or approve submitted reports is to click the fourth option, Expense Reports to Approve. Similarly, there are two smaller buttons on the far right. The first is your to-do list and is the page default. Again, the status column tells you immediately which reports need action. And if you click the other button, History, you'll be able to view all the reports that you've already acted on in the past. Here, the status will vary from approved to paid. For now, let's return to the to-do list. To demonstrate how to approve a submitted report, select a report for approval. When viewing a report for approval, naturally it is a good idea to be familiar with your company's reimbursement policies so that when you review reports, you know which fields are important. Generally speaking, on the initial report page, you will want to check the status indicator to see if the report has a green or yellow indicator. Now click the expense to open. You can click and expand the receipt if needed to verify the amounts of the receipt and expense match. Note the amount, and then click to minimize. With the amount verified from the receipt, close the expense. The report to approve has been reviewed and all fields appear correct. Now it's time to click Approve Expense Report. The report has been approved and has now been moved out of your to-do list and into history. Now let's run through what happens when a report needs to be sent back to a submitter by clicking on another submitted report. As we had with our first report for approval, we will start our review of this expense by looking at its fields and statuses. Immediately, we can see that there is a yellow status indicator, meaning that a note was entered instead of a receipt. Click to view the expense and the expense note. The expense notes from the submitter indicates that no receipt was required. However, what happens if you still require more information from the submitter? Web Expense has a useful tool that we would like to point out that can help. Click Close to return to the report. In a situation where you need more information from your submitter, using the Comments feature is a simple and efficient communication tool that can help streamline your approvals. Comments allow you to make requests of your submitters without leaving Web Expense to write an email or make a call. To use it, simply click Add Comment. Then enter your comment and click Save. Just be sure to remember that once saved, a comment cannot be edited or deleted. Now that you've reviewed the report and entered your comments, click Return Expense Report to send back to your submitter for further action. After returning to your to-do list, you will note once again how a returned report is also automatically removed from To-Do and placed in History. Okay, now it's a day later, and your submitter has resubmitted your returned report after completing the requested follow-up work. Click on the Resubmitted Expense to review the report a second time. Note that the submitter has responded through a comment communicating that they have itemized their expense. Click to view the expense detail. Great! It looks like the note has done its job. The expense has been itemized as requested, and now you are ready for the final approval. Close the expense. At this point, you could even add another comment, return again, or approve. However, it looks like it's time to click Approve Expense Report. After approval, the receipt is moved off your to-do list, and you can continue on with the rest of your approvals.